welcome back to my kitchen. We're doing another recipe video for you today, and I'm just going through some of the prep work. So I'm going to show you right now. We're going to make a stuffed eggplant. So I've got my 2 fresh eggplants here from our local farmer's market, and all I've done so far is just cut the tops off of them. So I'm going to go ahead and cut them lengthwise. This is not the right knife to be using for this, but I was already using it for something else anyway, so it'll work. Alright, and now I'm just going to get a spoon to start scooping out the inside so that we'll have a hollow shell left intact to stuff. And by the way, this is the first time I'm making this, and I'm kind of making it up as I go along, so it should be a fun video. Y'all may have lots of bloopers and stuff in this, and we may learn as we go on the best way to do this. We are going to use the insides of the eggplant in the stuffing, of course, so it doesn't have to be pretty, but I'm trying to keep it kind of nice and intact. These kind of recipes usually have like breadcrumbs or something on the top of it, and it kind of gives it a little crisp to the top. But I was trying to figure out a way that I could kind of get that same result, but without using breadcrumbs, of course. So I'm going to try and use like some bacon crumbles on top. So I'm cooking some bacon as well, and I'm going to crumble it up like it would be breadcrumbs and top it on top of there for when I bake it to make a nice topping. And I think the bacon is going to taste way better than breadcrumbs anyway. So I'm just chopping up the insides of the eggplant and throwing it into a bowl. We'll cook it down later. There's probably a much better, prettier way professional way to do this. I'm going to dig it out any way that I can. Okay, so now I'm just chopping up the shrimp that we're going to add into the mix. This was just my protein of choice. You can add anything you wanted if you wanted to use like ham or something like that. I'm doing shrimp because that's common down here. Common Creole cooking, so it gives it that Cajun flavor. You use the, Louisiana shrimp. So I just got the little tiny pre-cooked shrimp. You don't need like the big expensive shrimp because you're just chopping it up anyway. I just got the pre-cooked bag of, I think they call it salad shrimp, the really small ones, and I'm just chopping them up. Attempt to show you something really cool. I've never done it before, so I don't know that it's going to work exactly how I planned, but we're going to hope for the best. So this is our NutriBullet that we just love to death. We use it like every day. We make detox drinks, and you can blend up vegetables and everything, and it makes it he loves to bite my feet every time. As soon as the camera goes on, he gets crazy and wants to be part of the show. So anyway, we use this to make lots of our juice drinks and things like that. But it has 2 different blades. The bottom piece has the blades attached to it, and it comes with 2 different ones. One of them is like the juicer blade that makes everything a juice, basically. This one is like a food processor blade. So I only have a little bit of bacon that we had left, so I cooked it already. So all we need is a little bit to sprinkle on top anyway. So I'm going to attempt to make the bacon crumbs in this, so we'll see how it goes. Man, it worked pretty good. So that's like bacon bits, but it's fresh. And this is our breadcrumb substitute. We're going to have bacon crumbs. So I just want to show y'all what I've done so far because our camera ran out of power, so I just had to keep rolling with it and get things started. So this is, I just got a big sauteed pan. What I'm going to do is most people, when they make like a stuffed eggplant or an eggplant casserole, they boil the eggplant down to make it real soft and mushy. But when you boil vegetables, you take a lot of the nutrients out and they end up in the water, which you end up throwing down the drain. So I'm going to attempt to just kind of saute everything down together. So what I did first was I put 2 tablespoons of coconut oil into my pan and melted that down, and then I threw in 2 tablespoons of garlic, and I let that kind of start to saute first. Then I added half of this Creole seasoning mix. This is onions, a little bit of bell pepper and celery and parsley. It's mostly onions and parsley, and it's just kind of finely chopped up in there. And then I had everything chopped in pretty and nice cute little bowls to show you, but I had to just dump it in there and get going. I also had 1 small red bell pepper that I chopped up real fine, and some mushrooms. I just used maybe 6 big mushrooms, chopped those up real fine as well. So it's all just thrown in there, and I'm gonna just cover it. I had it covered for a while because I want it to make a little bit of juice to kind of cook the eggplant down, and we'll throw that in later because it won't take as long to get soft. So I'm going to let this cook down a little bit more, and then we'll add some seasonings and add the eggplant into it as well. Alright guys, so it's been cooking down. I added the eggplant into it, and I actually went ahead and started mushing it already. I'm just using a potato masher in here. I added maybe about 1/4 to 1/2 cup of water in there just to kind of help cook it down, and just covered it, put the lid on it, simmered it all down together. And because I like mine mushy, I'm doing the potato masher. But if you prefer it in cubes, just go ahead and leave it in cubes. Alright, we're going to add a little bit more seasoning, and then we're going to throw the shrimp into the mix. We didn't throw the shrimp in the pan with it because the shrimp are pre-cooked, so I didn't want to cook them too much. So I'm just using some Lea & Perrins, Worcestershire sauce. I don't measure stuff a lot of times, so I just throw it in there. I'm going to add a little bit of fresh lemon juice. I'm just going to put about half. So half of a lemon in there. And some parsley. Okay, I'm just going to add a little bit. This is my chopped shrimp, pre-cooked. So I'm just going to add some seasonings into the shrimp first, since it didn't cook in the seasonings in the pan. I'm just using the Table Blend Mrs. Dash. And then I'm going to use some salt-free Tonys. At this sneeze. No, it won't come out. Alright, so I've seasoned my shrimp. I'm going to go ahead and add my shrimp into my eggplant. And I'm going to mix it all up together. My sneeze is still stuck in there. Alright, so we've got everything mixed together. Now I'm going to go ahead and add it into our eggplant shells. I just lined a baking pan with some foil. If you have non-stick cooking spray, you can use that. I just coated it with some coconut oil. So I just used my hands and spread it around the pan so it wouldn't stick. And then I used extra virgin olive oil inside of the shells. So I just used like a teaspoon or a regular tablespoon and poured a little bit of oil into there and just kind of coated the inside of it. If you have the spray, you can use that for that too, but I didn't have any. So now we're just going to go ahead and stuff the shells with our stuffing. I was just thinking about how I still really kind of need to sneeze. Get out of my face, yo. And you did it for me. So they're nice and stuffed. Now for the best part, we're going to add our bacon crumbs. Bacon crumbs, I'm just going to sprinkle that on top. And I think the flavor of the bacon along with the shrimp is going to turn out really good. Try not to waste my bacon. Dropping it on the sides. Alright, so that's it. If you have the spray again, I would say spray it lightly with some olive oil spray. I think I'll just put maybe a little pat of butter on top of each one. So I just added a little bit of butter on top of each one, and now they're about to go into the oven. I've got it preheated on 350 degrees Fahrenheit. And I'm just going to sit it on the middle rack in the oven and bake it for probably about 45 minutes. We'll check it and see how it goes. Alright, we're back after some cooking and a costume change. We're getting ready to film some training videos as well for our online training groups. So, by the way, if you want to have us as your trainers anywhere in the world, you can join one of our online training groups. I'll put the link for it below this video so you can check that out too. And back to cooking, they were in the oven for about 45 minutes and we just pulled them out, and they look and they smell so good. They're not pretty, especially not still in this pan, but they smell so good and I can't wait to eat them. So I'm going to go ahead and film our training videos, and then this I will have for my post-workout meal, and I'm looking forward to it. You guys try it out. Let me know how you like it. Leave us a comment and make sure to subscribe to our channel if you're not already subscribed. I'll see you guys again next week. Bye.